everyone, welcome back to yet another Motivational Monday post. This video is me organising a few spaces in my bedroom, which were my bedside cabinet, Matt's bedside cabinet, and also some of my toiletries in the bottom of the wardrobe. This was actually filmed a little while ago, hence why I actually appear to be less of a pasty milk bottle. Got a little bit of colour on my arms, but I wanted to still share this with you. So my bedside table just becomes a little bit of a dumping ground. I'm used to having loads of stuff in here from when I lived at my parents'. I was very lacking storage space. There are quite a few things that I do tend to store in my bedside table, and I probably need to get out of the habit of doing that. But I've got these little dividers from Amazon, and you'll see that I just sort of play around with the bits and pieces that I do keep in this drawer and just try and configure it in a way that works for me.
You and me can start a whole new chapter.
So as you can see on the left hand side, loads of jewellery had ended up in this drawer that really shouldn't have been there. So one of the spaces that I definitely need to declutter is my jewellery, but I just know it's going to be quite a tough category for me because I do tend to keep a lot of memories as to who bought it for me, if I've worn it at a particular event, those kind of things. So I do find jewellery something hard to declutter, but I do need to get around to it at some point. I even have some jewellery still at my parents' house, I believe, because there's bits that I know aren't here. But as you can see, I didn't like the configuration of this drawer, so I moved it all around again. I do have different skincare now. That CN cleanser I don't have, but I do have a number 7 one, a similar sort of size. But I do try and keep so much in this little tiny drawer that you'll just see me kind of cramming it all in. But hey ho, it's what works for you, isn't it? But then I just sort of went through my underwear underneath. I just sped this up because I don't think you need to stare at my underwear for too long. And then the very bottom drawer is my bras, and I also just gave that a little bit of a wipe. There's not much paring down to do here, but I just needed to give it a bit of a wipe over. And then I moved to this area, just put some of the clips and some of the jewellery away.
We'd be unbreakable.
So I can't believe I kept this in, but this is me a third time reorganising the shape of this drawer and trying to fit everything in a little bit better. But it's things like that, my lens cleaner, my deodorants. I just am like, should I leave those in the bathroom? But when I get up in the morning, I just sort of put it straight on. If I'm not showering that morning, I tend to shower and bath at night. Is that weird? Is there anyone else that does that? I tend to do that because I get up at ridiculous o'clock in the morning, so I make sure I'm clean before bed. And then just get up and get ready. Excuse all the marks on my arms. I've had some blood tests done when this video is being filmed, so that's why I've got some marks on the inner side of my elbow. But just speaking of little spaces in the house, I've been thinking of doing lots of mini videos where I organise just a drawer at a time or a cupboard, because I've been doing lots of quite whole house videos at the moment and spending whole days at the weekend just trying to get my house under control. But I've been following some advice from Dana K. White. I read her book, Decluttering at the Speed of Life, and I've just been trying to do anything that's visible. So as long as all the sides are clear, all the rooms are clear and tidy, if things are being shoved in cupboards and drawers, I'm okay with that at the moment. I mean, I'm an absolute ladybird. If you know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about, sorry, it's the 4 styles of organising that's created by Cass, who is Clutterbug on YouTube, and I'm 100% a ladybug. I like things hidden, I don't like to see things, but if you open a cupboard, it is a mismatch of mess. Like this drawer here, I've got so many hair products, but it all just goes in there, and I'm quite happy with it all being shoved in that drawer because then I don't have to see it. But Dana K. White's advice is that you start with the visible spaces, and then every time that you declutter again or you organise again, you start with the visible spaces again. And then if anybody was to turn up, nobody's going to come into my house and just start opening random doors, but they are going to walk into my front room and kind of see the surfaces. They're going to see all of that visible space. So that's kind of what I've been doing. This is Matt's bedside drawer that I'm doing at the moment. I did get permission from him, by the way. But yeah, I was thinking of sort of writing down all of the spaces in my home and doing some as like whole space videos, because I know some of you really enjoy the longer videos, and doing some of them as some sort of mini spaces. Like I'm thinking the Kallax units that I've got in my conservatory now, they're a bit of a mismatch. So one's got some school supplies in, some have got some knitting supplies, some have got some stuff that we want to sell. Like that's not a site, like a whole category in itself, so I could break those up into smaller videos. Whereas say I was doing the craft room, I would do that as like one big video. So let me know your thoughts, let me know what you think of that, because I might give it a go, and it might just make me accountable for those times where you've only got say 15 minutes. I could do just one cupboard in the kitchen or one drawer in the craft room or whatever it is, just to try and keep on top of things. As you can see, Matt is a huge lover of aftershave, but that drawer has not been cleaned since we moved into this house nearly 3 years ago. So I just got rid of all the dust that was inside it. And I'm just dusting off all of his bottles. It probably doesn't help that it's underneath the drawer with my hair care products. And I do find brushes, hair dryers, etc., they do tend to get quite dusty. So I'm just cleaning them off, and what I ended up doing was putting all of his kind of full bottles in the drawer, and all of the bottles that had less in them in this basket that lives in his wardrobe, just so that he could perhaps use those ones up first.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
So here is the finished aftershave drawer, but I just had this little mountain of stuff that spilled out of the wardrobe that's at the end. And I have this basket, probably needs chucking. It's really broken, but I just really like it, so I keep it. And this is where I just keep all of my toiletries, things like body lotions, hairspray, foot scrubs and stuff. I probably should keep these in the bathroom, but our bathroom cupboard's actually really small and there's quite a lot in there at the moment. So until we've kind of used up a load of products, this is working fine. Plus, most of this stuff I tend to use in the bedroom. So when I'm doing my hair, I do it in the bedroom, which is why it's got all my hair care products. The little baby oil's there if I do any waxing and I've got residue left over. There's a makeup setting spray, nail varnish remover, etc. I feel like these are fine to have in the bedroom. These aren't products that need to be in the bathroom. But I did just kind of need to go through my makeup bags. I have one with all my just everyday makeup, which is the gold one. And then the other one has all the extra makeup, like if I was going out of an evening, I would put a little bit extra on. And then that white and grey bag that you sort of just saw very briefly is my epilator and all the accessories that go with it. And then I've got this massive tub of nail varnish, and I tried to declutter them once. I think I got rid of one. So it's just not happening. I just absolutely love doing my own nails. I have bought very few the last few years. Most of these were bought sort of in my late teens. And I get a lot as gifts because people know that I like nail varnish. If I ever find I have doubles, then I get rid of them. But other than that, I enjoy having them. Or if they go gloopy, for example. So the final area that you'll see me clearing is this end part of my wardrobe, and you'll have just seen me completely empty it. I just went through, tidied up my shoes a little bit, and then did the same with my handbags. I didn't get rid of anything from these because I don't have that many anyway, and then I just sorted out Matt's clippers. Popped my cardigans back into this area, although if you watched more recent videos you'll know that this area now houses coats, but at the time I still had some of my clothes in here. But the clothes that I had in here were ones that just don't fit me very well at the moment, and I've heard this described on many channels as guilty clutter. So every time I opened this section of the wardrobe and saw these beautiful dresses, it just made me feel really rubbish about myself, because I've unfortunately gained some weight over the last couple of years and some of these dresses just don't fit comfortably or don't fit at all. So every time I went into the wardrobe and saw them, it just made me feel really rubbish about my size. So what I've ended up doing is just taking them out on this particular day. There's a video coming up in the next couple of weeks on my channel where I then sorted out under the bed and they've gone into storage. So I haven't got decluttered them because the optimist in me is really hoping for a little bit of weight loss and hoping that they will fit again, because I absolutely love these clothes, but unfortunately they just don't fit me right now and I can't keep looking at them. These are Matt's suits, so I just went through, he's actually got rid of some of these bits now. They went in the minimalism game that I did in the 30 days of decluttering. A lot of them went, but the final thing I'm just going to do is just pop all of this stuff away and finally clear my bedroom so that Matt and I could have a good night's sleep that night.
Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
So that's it for this Motivational Monday video. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at what I got up to. The bits and pieces that I decluttered unfortunately went into the minimalism game video, so I don't have sort of an empties to share with you at the end of this video, but I do have a nice clean bed. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please give me a like if you did and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye!